All right, you guys, welcome to the podcast. Let's get right into what we want to talk about, which is ascension. So I want to talk about this hugely because it seems like there's a lot of misunderstanding of what ascension actually is, what it looks like, what we're all going through, and why certain things keep happening. And people are confused. They're like, why is it going this way? What's happening? Why is this happening? Why is chaos going on? We need to talk about what this ascension process really is that all of humanity is going through right now. There's so many different names for this ascension process, but it's something we're all going through whether you believe it or not. So let's get into it right away. You guys may have heard the phrase starseed. Now, to briefly touch on that, a starseed is a person who their soul is not from Earth. So their soul is essentially non-earthly, and the government likes to call these type of people hybrids. Now, there's many different types of hybrid extraterrestrials. There is hybrid souls, like they're in a human body, but their soul is not from here, and they're starting to remember who they are, so they're basically extraterrestrials. And there are literal physical hybrids that are half human, half DNA of an extraterrestrial species. So we have those, but starseeds or lightworkers are beings, people that are incarnated here to help humanity. Now that that's laid out, you may hear about the levels of consciousness. You keep hearing about this 5D Earth, and everybody's like, what the hell, 5D Earth? Oh, and they all making fun of it. I saw a video about it this morning. I was like, stop, bruh. Stop. Hold on, let me just make sure I look nice real quick. People talk about 5D Earth. People don't understand because religious people label it as the rapture, which the Bible is not meant to be taken literally. So you hear about the rapture, you hear about the Messiah coming, Jesus, basically an extraterrestrial, coming to show people their true essence and all of that. You hear about all of this and you see in history how conscious we were. Like Native Americans, Africans, all these cultures, Asians, they all had so much spiritual wisdom and connection. They were connected to the planet. They were connected to the star people. The world had a lot of times where it was very high vibrational, very spiritual and powerful. And then there were peoples that did not like the connectedness and did not understand it and basically destroyed it or did what they could to make them seem savages and stuff like that. You know what's up. So it's never about, again, this is never to bring up race. It is about what happened on this planet and what agendas happen with what. We realized, like, for example, the Native Americans were very connected to the planet. They were very high vibrational and they're very connected to the planet, nature, and they were so spiritually advanced. And when the Europeans came along, they did not understand these people. And they were like, why are they so, in their minds, they're poor and they're savages. But in the Native Americans' mind, they were poor and they were savages because they were disconnected from who they truly are. They don't even know who they truly are. But the Native Americans did. So as you could see, caused a war. And this happened throughout the whole planet. People that did not have a higher consciousness or understanding were basically either scared or they did not like and did not want that near them and they saw it as less than them. So you'll see that happen a lot. You've seen it all the time in history. Any people connected to extraterrestrials, they're witches and they have powerful abilities to help the world. All of the shit you see, all of that is because there was an agenda to keep Earth a certain way. The 3D Earth. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about the levels of consciousness. So you'll see right here, there is a model, the 7 density level of consciousness. So you see the first density is physical, energetic, materials, all that type of stuff. So people talk about crystals and scientists saying crystals are alive. Yes, they are alive in their own sense. They're real, but they just exist. So they're spirits. And you can see it says spirit essence because they're spirits. Then you see density 2, physical plants and animals. Now, plants and animals are very spiritual and very connected, but they don't have the same self-awareness as beings in the third density do. Beings in the third density have awareness of self, and they are starting to have their individual soul essence. All of our souls started out as something smaller, like started out as a mineral, and then it was an animal, and then evolved into a higher consciousness. So a consciousness, when it leaves one thing, it dies and it goes into another thing. So people are like, yo, my dog, I promise you, was a human. It was literally a human, or its soul has evolved so much that it's ready to be a human in its next incarnation. Do you see what I'm saying? So soul, the whole consciousness and soul stuff is more, it's more intricate than people think, and it's also simpler than people think. When you dive into consciousness, you notice there's always like this yes and no answer. It's like it is, but it isn't. It's true because we can't, these things, it's hard to explain with English or human words. And that is why the spiritual people always say no one can teach you to see. You have to see. We could talk about all this shit. We could talk about all day. We could talk about this conscious stuff all day. But until you see it for yourself, you're not going to understand. People that don't understand, they don't see to this, they're just like, oh, interesting. Or that's a whole heap of shit. People that do see and do understand, they're like, I'm here to fully understand what's going on. I know it's real. Someone please explain it to me. That is why we are here. When you get to the third density, it's very focused on the physical essence. You go beyond the third density when you realize that there's more beyond the physical. The physical is just one layer of reality. That's what people are realizing now. This is what ascension is about. People are realizing that there's more to life than the physical world. In the physical world, rich is having a whole bunch of stuff. But as a fourth or fifth dimensional being, wealth is energy. Wealth is experience and wisdom and knowledge. And that's something you can't compare. So when the Europeans that were third density were meeting the Native Americans, which were fifth density, so many of them, they were aware completely that they were here in one incarnation and that they remember their other incarnations. Of course, the Europeans are like, what's wrong with these people? They're savages. And then want to take over their land and all of that. And they were even scared of the power of these people and their spiritual power. We're moving past the third density. All the stuff that kept us third density, we're abandoning. And we are, or not abandoning, I should say, we are rising above it. Your ego, you don't abandon your ego, you raise above your ego. Ego death, your ego doesn't die. You raise above your ego. You realize you're a soul incarnated in a human body, and your ego is just the version of you that you're living now. Like, I'm Vincent Cain in this lifetime, but that's my ego. That is the character. That's the movie character, the game character I'm playing now. But my soul has so many egos, so many incarnations and characters it has played in time. And when you see me talk about soul memories and soul experiences, that is because I started seeing what my soul actually had. And people will say, oh, fifth dimensional consciousness means you're just peace, love, and unity and all that. No. Let's get into it. Fourth density is when you are aware. It says right here, ETs, ghosts, paranormal beings, variable physically. So you're aware that energy exists, that beings that are non-physical exist, and you are aware of energy in it. You're placing a huge importance on it, which is where Earth is at right now. Earth is in fourth dimensional consciousness and is stepping hugely more in the fourth dimensional consciousness. So everybody's at least talking about energy. Witches are everywhere. Wizards are everywhere. Everybody's going online to know about consciousness and spirits and star seeds. That is where we are headed. That's where everybody's going to be soon. Then when you get to fifth density, that's where low vibrations have to leave totally, because you are realizing you're a soul. You are a soul. So you have a physical body, physical essence, and an astral essence, but you're aware you're just a soul. So which is why people will say, oh, when you're fifth dimensional consciousness, it's unconditional love, it's peace, love, and unity, and no matter what happens, we're happy. It's because you see your life like a video game, literally. You're like, I'm here to help Earth in this way, and I have a mission on this planet, and I see why I came here, or I'm figuring out why I came here. And then you get soul memories, you get access to your soul's contents, and you see things you see the world differently. And that's what people call ego death, because it's scary. You're realizing there's way more, and people are like, oh shit, and then they get scared. But you are here because you are going through this process right the hell now. I know you guys are looking up. You guys are looking at 6th density and 7th density. Don't worry too much on that. We can brush on it real quick. But essentially, it's where the individual soul starts to not exist anymore, because you realize you're a soul, and you realize all the other souls are versions of you that have had different experiences and journeys as individual souls, but they are you. So you realize you are the source or universe experiencing itself. So when you get to 6th density, that's when the souls start gathering together in small groups and start meshing as a collective. So you hear oversouls, and you may meet people which you call your oversoul family. Yes, because you guys were part of a greater soul. We're all part of a greater soul, which is part of a greater soul, which is part of a greater soul. And those are oversouls. Then we split into individual souls. So as you ascend, this is the process that all beings in the universe are undergoing. We already went through the process of source separating, which is why we're here. And now we're ascending. So if you're a starseed, people may ask, okay, why did source do that? To learn about itself. Learn about what it is. Which is how you know there's more to it. You see there's way more, but that's almost unfathomable to our minds. Even if we talk about it, that's like, it doesn't even do it justice. So we won't even go there at the moment. But no, that's where it's going. You go from spirit to soul to divine. Now, starseeds are people or beings that have undergone this ascension process and are now here to help earth-based souls and other beings rise up and undergo the ascension process. So each and every starseed you meet has a different journey. Some are angelic, and angels are beings that have ascended and come down and do incarnations or whatnot to help out other planets ascend. That is a tactic that the Galactic Federation uses a lot, which is why we are here now. And that's something really cool. Almost all starseeds are angelic, and we all remember a lot of incarnations of us as different beings, or we connect with a certain star system, which is why you'll hear, oh, you're a Lyran starseed. Oh, you're a Syrian starseed. Oh, you're an Arcturian starseed, because your soul has experiences in areas more than others. So you may hear me say, like, when we do readings, I'll be like, oh yeah, you're about like 60% Andromedan and 20% Lyran. When I say that, you are basically seeing where your soul has the most experience. That is what a starseed is. So I'm a Lyran starseed. I'm also a Draco starseed, but I've had the most incarnations as a Lyran being, a feline and a humanoid being, or a hybrid of both. That is the most common incarnation I've had. And I've had incarnations as a reptilian and as an alpha draconian and as a dragon. So that's where my Draco comes into play. And it's interesting to see these things lay out, because we're getting to understand the contents of the universe. What is the universe? Even these beings that we talk to, they don't even fully understand how the universe works. Yes, they're millions of years ahead of us. And us as starseeds, we're like, yeah, we're millions of years more advanced soul-wise, but that's why we're here. We're here to help the other souls. And they may call us old souls or very wise souls, all of that, because we are. We are very old souls. We are very old beings, remembering who we are again. And part of coming to Earth involves remembering who you are again. Really cool. Super damn cool. You're going to notice as you're ascending, your third eye starts expanding, because your third eye is a receptor. It allows you to receive and emit energy clear. It's your radio station. So you're noticing you're feeling pressure here. You feel like your brain feels like jello sometimes. You're like, whoa. Or you get a lot of headaches. It's all because your third eye is expanding, and it's a muscle. So the more you use it, the more it gets stronger, and the more you're showing your third eye, like, I need you. So it's going to start expanding. And I want you to be aware, though, that your third eye expanding, you're getting abilities. You're getting clairs. You're getting clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, whatever it is. You are learning about your way of perceiving these other layers of reality. So you may look at me and you're like, how do you connect? Well, I'm a clairsentient, so I feel energy, and I'm partly clairvoyant and clairaudient, and I see everything in my head. So I see the images. So my clairvoyance is internal, not external. But I also see externally sometimes when spirits are around. But I mostly feel them and see them in my mind's eye. But others, they don't feel or see in their mind's eye. They see it with their eyes, and they hear them with their ears. It may be like that for some of you. Me, I wish I was there. I still can't hear them blunt. Sometimes I can. And it's cool what I do. I'm like, oh, I heard you, or I heard that, or I hear the astral realm a little bit. You're basically, as you're ascending, you're getting astral awareness. So you're gaining solely aware of the astral, and then you're getting aware of the soul level. So a lot of you that are in fourth dimensional consciousness, you're rushing to get past life memories and all of that. Stop. Next thing you know, this is going to be rich people problems. Next thing you know, you have too much memories you're getting. And then you got that process. So I want you to be aware. You're in the fourth density. You're gaining awareness. Perfect. You need to start there. Do whatever you are doing to become stronger and have more astral awareness and attain your psychic powers. Essentially, they're just your ability to perceive the astral realm. And then you are going to, basically you graduate and then you get soul level. Obviously, you're always going to be growing fourth dimensionally. But then you gain access to your soul because you've ascended enough to have access to your soul's contents. So this is a very interesting conversation we're having. This is the bare core, point blank textbook explanation to all of you. And I want to say, yes, you are getting astral awareness and you are gaining these clairs. So these psychic abilities, don't call it that anymore, because then you're saying, oh, it's something, we're meant to be third dimensional, but it's something cool. No. 5D is the normality, especially for us starseeds. And we're here to help the process of humanity ascend. Now, the Dark Force has done their thing on this planet for a long time, and they got their dark starseeds all among us. And the Galactic Federation said, we're going to help out. We're going to send our people on the ground too. And we're going to help the humans in this process of raising up. That is why we're here. That is what is happening right at this very moment. And all of you are astral projecting, or consciously and unconsciously, be aware. So a lot of those dreams, you're still traveling. You're still traveling the dream realm, or you're literally going out. So maybe your kids come to you, or you are starting to have experiences where you're traveling the galaxy, or you're traveling the world, or going places, and there's different beings and people visiting you. These are real visitations and real travels you are undergoing. And it may take you a while to fully be like, this is normal. But this is going to be normality for everyone, especially in the next few years. Everybody's going to be trying to astral project. Everybody's going to be talking about soul memories and who they truly are. Everybody's going to have psychic abilities. Everybody's just gaining astral awareness and soul awareness. When 5D Earth comes, everybody's going to be there. But you see we got work to do. So if you're getting ET contact, if you're here right now at the time, close to the time I'm posting it, you know that you are here, and you know, no coincidence. You're here to get this understanding, and you are at this moment. You are ascending. So you are gaining these things. You are getting ET contact. You're getting ready for ET contact. You're going to the astral schools. You're getting information in the astral and coming back to the physical with it. Maybe you fighting. If you're a demon hunter, you fighting. Or if you're a healer, you're healing people. Or whatever it is, whatever your role is, you are doing it. That's why I mentioned, I'm like, oh, we got witches and wizards. We got demon hunters. We have healers and galactic teachers. We got so many different types of starseeds that have different types of roles. So don't feel like you have to do something. Do what makes you feel good. That is a soul level. Do what is aligned with your soul, because that is why you are here. You're going to want things like sex. You're going to want things like money. And you're going to want these certain things because that's part of your physical essence. So you don't abandon the physical things. You raise above it. So next thing you know, you're going to get to where a lot of us are at, where we're like, oh my God, like Earth is super ghetto and super damn cool to be on. Like I can't get this experience anywhere else. Oh, I got to eat. Damn. Like a lot of us, we're like, we don't even want to eat. But our physical body wants to eat, so we want to eat, right? So we are even adjusting to having a physical body again, which is interesting because a lot of us were like, we haven't had a physical body in a long time, but we're like, okay, we want to help out Earth, let's do it. So some of you may struggle with the Earth experience because not everywhere, there's only one place like Earth, and it's Earth. And a lot of beings out there like to mimic the things we do on Earth because it's iconic. Like there's a fake Paris out there, there's a fake England and a fake New York and LA all on different planets because they like our culture. They even like our music. They like so much of what we do. There's a lineup to go to Earth, but they need the ones that can or are needed at this moment. The souls that are needed, they put here first. And then the other souls are going to start to come as well once Earth is where they want to be. I didn't want to incarnate here during 1960. We need other souls to do that. And then souls like us are here at this time to help at this time. And the other souls are going to come when it's time for them to be here for 5D Earth to help out. So we have a process. And this ascension thing is very deep. The soul understandings is very cool. And we've just brushed on the surface. We didn't even touch about soul family and extraterrestrial family, people that you come across you've incarnated with that you've done so much incarnating with and you just know them here on Earth like you've known them for millions of years. There's so much we haven't touched on. Let's look at the humanities template. Now let's look right here. You see number 1, odium, number 2, bloody tears, and you see all we got here. This is how Earth, the process of Earth and how it is laying out. We've already been through odium, bloody tears, spiritual awakening, and now we're in 4D Earth, bridging on to disclosure and distortion. We know they're gonna disclose everything as they are already right now, especially with the Epstein list and everything about the truth coming out, about the truth of what these people really are. It's all coming out, all the truth. Even in your notice in your life, you're forced to acknowledge truths and things that you slid under the rug. It's like you're forced to acknowledge it now. Because the truth has to come about everything. It's literally an energy put on the planet. Truth about everything has to come out. So the elites are running around and running into them bunkers, preparing, doing what they can because they know what is to come. They know their time is up. When you listen to these celebrities, they speak about, I'm like Nicki Minaj was singing about how she knows that she's not going to be king forever, but she's going to enjoy it at this moment because soon her crown is going to be taken away and she wishes she could have it for life. You'll hear these celebrities, they're telling you that they're at the top and they rather be at the top and they want to be here forever. Doja Cat even talks about, she's like, I'd rather be famous instead. How should I say it? Whether they are purposefully supporting the dark agenda or they're neutral, they just enjoy being celebrity, doesn't matter. Those times are done. The people that are of soul power and that are truly leaders and meant to be on this new earth and lead the people are going to be brought to the forefront. So karma's happening. All the karma that the negative people have done, they're getting it. And the same on the other side, the people that have done positive are going to get their karma too. This is the karma times. Everything is coming to the surface. Everybody's getting payment or is paying for the debts or the payments they have never gotten. Everything. So keep doing your work because you're going to get your time. Disclosure and distortion. They're going to disclose the truth as they already are starting to now, but they also are going to distort it. They're going to distort a lot of the disclosures because, again, they want to keep their power. So they're going to announce extraterrestrials, but they're going to say extraterrestrials are, they're going to expose them and show them in a way that makes them look negative. And then you see space attack and attack on space / attack on space. It's like, so there's a quote unquote space attack. So the girl was saying that the beings in Miami Mall, she said she remote viewed in Miami Mall and she saw there was a CIA and the Men in Black and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's true. I remote viewed in there and it's true. But then she went to say that the beings that were in there were actually there for the benefit of all and were positive, but they were confused why everybody was scared because the solar flares allowed it so that everybody could see them because the beings walk among us all the time. It's true, beings walk amongst all the time, and some people could perceive them, some can't. But you think the solar flares are just going to spark and make everybody see? That's not how it works. And even if that was the case, some would be able to see and perceive and some wouldn't. Those beings were there to cause trouble on purpose. Now it was on New Year's Day because they're letting us know, yep, disclosure is going to happen. But you see, they started off with a bang and they started off with a negative intent, cause fear. You think those beings are millions All these beings are millions of years advanced and ahead of us. You think that they're gonna just appear and be like, oh, why is everyone scared? Why is your... Stop. That's not the case. That's so far from the damn truth. Because extraterrestrials that are positive and here for us, they've been here for us. And we are here. All of us are here. And they're going to make first contact in a way that makes sure that humans aren't scared. They've studied humans for a long time. They know what's going to cause them to be scared. They're not just going to appear in the mall and then have everybody look at them. They know that's going to cause fear. So you know these beings were there to cause trouble. You know that is the case. So if you start to see, don't listen to words, watch the actions. If you start to notice that there is fear agenda push on extraterrestrials, or it's actually twisted too, like beings that come and are shown to everybody are here for negative, but they're being made twisted to look positive, you know what is up. So just watch the actions. Don't listen too much to the words. So in that situation with the Miami Mall situation, you know that it was happening, and you see, okay, everybody was afraid. They were waltzing around, peering and reappearing, making everybody scared. There was no positive communication or way. Like if these beings knew they were scaring people and they were positive, they would have whipped out. Or they would know, oh, so if this is happening, people are going to see us. Let's not go around right now. No, these beings were going around scaring people. And then the military was there, all these police was there, and confiscating people's information, and was somehow, people said they're like the video wasn't even on their phone anymore. There's no footage of actually being in there, and there's no footage of this fight that they put a cover-up story about. So you see the way things are laying out, it's going to be distorted. Things will be distorted because of course they want to keep their power. The elites want to keep their power. So they're doing what they can to hold that power. All the beings that came here to change the world and make it positive, they've made the enemy, because in their minds they're the enemy. They're getting rid of an agenda that they've made for a long period of time and enslaved the humans for a long period of time. Now they're here to free them. Of course they're going to make them the enemy. You see what's up. But once we get past that, we're going to be in number 7, Starway. You're going to notice everybody's introduced to the galaxy. Everybody's like, whoa, like, oh my God, all this has been here. The truth about history, who we really are. That's the whole introduction. And then we get to 5D Earth. So then everybody's on the soul level understanding. And then we get cyber cities, and then we get stellar civilization. So you see where humanity's going. You see the template laid out for us and where we are going to go. So don't be afraid when you start to see, especially now that we're on the bridge of disclosure heavily. We're going from 4D Earth. We're heavily in 4D Earth now, going to disclosure, which is number 5. They're going to distort things, and you'll know it's distorted because it's fear-based. If it's fear-based, it's not the Galactic Federation. And if it's causing tension or causing chaos, it's not the Galactic Federation. Because the Galactic Federation is never going to appear or create first contact or do anything in a way that causes fear. That's not what they're about. So if there's fear-based, you know it's not of the GFL. And if there's people pushing an agenda, especially on social media, of something that's the opposite of the GFL, in small ways, just watch their actions. Don't listen too much to their words. Watch what they do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully this lays out and helps you guys out with the ascension process, what we're going through on Earth, and what we're all facing and where all humans are going right now. Because especially if you're here, you're needed. You are part of the people that are helping humans get to this moment, get to 5D Earth, get to the stellar civilization, get to Starway, get to the cyber cities. We're going here, but we need people to help hold the light and fight for the light and be there while everybody goes through their ascension process. You are setting an example, and you are protecting, and you are healing. You are being those 3 main things for humanity. And maybe you're just getting training right now. A lot of you are going to the astral realm, getting information and bringing it back, or undergoing training physically or astrally. You are getting all of this insight and information to do your role effectively. You're evolving. You're evolving before many others because you have the role to help the others. So yes, you're ahead. You're waking up. You're like, whoa. Now we're like, okay, welcome. Now help us help the rest. And that's what we're doing right now. So now that you have this, I want you to take this, send it to whoever needs it. I'd love for you to leave a like and a comment. I want to know what's up. I hope you guys like this setup. I like doing this little podcast setup. I want to start getting you guys on the actual show. I have so much in my head and so much info that I don't share. And I'm like, why haven't I been sharing it? Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next video.